Okay, kids, it's Mr. Ag here again. I decided to go ahead and model a few more of these problems for you because it is really challenging, and I don't want you to stress or fret over this. That's the last thing we want right now is giving more stress to kids, more stress to families. I do want you to try it, though. I want you to keep a good attitude and try your best and know that when you're learning something for the first time, it can be super duper challenging, and the curriculum writers at Eureka Math, when they wrote this, they didn't really take into account that we would be in a worldwide pandemic and that families would be really stressed and that kids would have missed so much school. So we're just going to try our best, right? So on number 2 here, we've got Natalie. Natalie finishes piano practice at 2:45 p.m. after practicing for 37 minutes. What time did Natalie's practice start? Okay, just a quick reminder. I would like for you to be following along in your book, recording the things that I'm saying, and keep trying to keep up with me, so you can take this work into the homework assignment that you have with you. Now, I've decided to make this homework assignment a 2-day assignment because it is, in fact, very challenging. And if you are a whiz and you get through it right away, just consider yourself lucky and you can challenge yourself with some fancy math problems on your own. But this is really a challenging concept and skill work for 3rd grade students. So I'm just going to tell you, take your time and do your best, and feel free to talk through it with a parent or a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or an older sibling because it's tough. Okay, so I said in the first video, in these time problems, there are 3 parts. There's a start time, an end time, and the elapsed time. That's how much time passes between the start time and the end time. It's always going to be these 3 parts. And they'll give you 2 parts, and you have to use those 2 parts to figure out the missing part. In this problem, they give you the start time and the end time. We know that we're in the 2 o'clock hour for the entire problem because 45 minutes, 2:45, to get into the 1 o'clock hour, we're going backwards to the start time. We would have to, whatever she's doing, piano practice, would have to take longer than 45 minutes to get back into the 1 o'clock hour. And she only practiced for 37 minutes. So we know that it's going to be in the 2 o'clock hour. And as we go through this, we know that we're looking for a difference. The amount of time between the 2:45 time and whatever the start time, they give us the difference here. 37 minutes is the difference. So to find that, we subtract that time, 45 minutes, minus 37 minutes. Now, I've given you the interactive clock tool link here. So we could start at the start time, 2:45. So I'm going to go ahead and set it to in the 2 o'clock hour, move the minutes to 45, and then we're going to go back 37 minutes. I like to use my best friend 10 when I'm counting. When we skip count and do skip count practice, it's really useful for doing mental math problems, learning how to skip count by 10s and 5s, and then switch over from 10s to 5s and then to 1s when you need to. I'm going to go 3 10s and 1 5 and 2 1s because that makes up the number 37. So I'm going to count back 3 10s, which is 30 minutes. So I'm going to go to 35. And then I'm going to go to 25, that's 20 minutes. Then I'm going to go to 15 because that is 30 minutes. Now I've got to switch because if I go 10 more, I'm going too far. I'm going to 40 minutes. I only have to go 37 minutes. So I'm going to go 5 more minutes. That takes me to 35. And now I have to switch to counting by ones. 36, 37. So this is my start time, 2:08. So that was an example of how to use this interactive clock tool. I'm going to go back to my assignment here, and my difference here is going to be 8. So I have to recognize that that means 08 on the time, 2:08 p.m. Now another way to do that would be to use the number line tool. The number line tool, I think it's harder to use the number line tool, but if you want to use it, this is what it would look like. In your book, you've got this on page 23. We're starting at 45 and we're counting back by 37. So I'm going to go 10 at a time. Ready? 10, 20, 30, and now I can't go another 10 because that's too far. 35 gets me to 10, and then 36, 37 puts me at the 08 mark. So I have to keep track of the hour, 2:08. I just showed 3 different ways to do it. You can subtract the numbers, 45 minus 37. You can use the interactive clock tool to get to 2:08, or you could use the number line. Now, just skipping ahead a little bit, I don't want to take all of your time on this. If you want to do this, the rest of this assignment for extra credit, that would be just fine, or just to get more practice with it. I want to go down here to this problem, problem 6, because there's one kind of like it on your homework. So it gives you the clocks, and you have to mark your time on the clock and then figure out the difference between your starting and ending time on doing your homework. Well, this is a little bit different situation, but the same kind of problem. Dion walks to school, okay. The clocks below show when he leaves his house, so this would be the start time, and when he arrives at school, that would be the end time. How many minutes does it take Dion to walk to school? That's the elapsed time. So they're asking how long, how many minutes it took for him to do whatever activity he's doing, and that's walking to school. So if you look, you have to actually figure out what time it is first. So I see it's close to 8, but it's not quite 8, so it's in the 7 o'clock hour. And then I can, for my minute hand, I can locate the minutes by counting by 5. So this is 7 o'clock, 7:05, 7:10, 7:15, 7:20, 7:25, 7:30, 7:35, and then it's at the second tick mark, 7:36, 7:37. So I went ahead and marked that time on the clock, labeled it. You can label it as 7:37 as well. Then I do the same thing on the end time. I know that we're close to 8, but we're not at 8 o'clock yet. So here, the hour hand here is in the 7 o'clock hour, and I'm going to go ahead and start at 7:30 and count up from there. 7:35, 7:40, 7:45, 7:50, 7:55, and then one more tick mark takes me to 7:56. And now I know that I have to take that 56 minute and subtract out the 37 minute to find the difference, so how long it took him. So I could just do this subtraction problem with whatever strategy you use to subtract, or I could use my interactive clock tool, starting at the end time and counting backwards, or starting at the beginning time and counting forwards. So if I'm counting forwards, I just have to remind myself what it was, 7:37, which is what I'm on right now, and I'm counting up to 7:56 if I do it that way. I could count down or count up. I find counting up to be slightly easier than counting down. So I'm going to start with my best friend 10 and count up 10 minutes to 7:47. Nope, that was too fast. So I'm at, I don't know why it's going so fast here. Maybe I need to go 7:37. Okay, I'm going to go. Oh, I'm on the hour hand. That's why it's going so fast. Okay, so when I'm holding the minute hand here, I count up 10 to 7:47, and if I go up 10 more, I'm too far, but I'm really, really close to 7:56. If I count up 10 more, it would be 7:57, and I know my end time is 7:56, so I'm at 20 right now. I'm going to go back 1 to make 19. Or I could start here and count back 10 from 7:56 to 7:46. That's 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 minutes to get to 7:37. I could use that, or I could use my number line tool to go from 7:37 right here to 7:56. So 37, 1. So I have to count by ones until I get to 56. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, yeah, 16, 17, 18, 19 minutes to get to 56. So 3 different ways: subtract, count up, count down. Use a number line, use a clock tool to find that the difference is 19 minutes, and I would have to answer it takes 19 minutes. period. All right, guys, this is super challenging. Do your best. Come tomorrow on Friday with your questions. Good luck. Try your best to keep a good attitude. If you get frustrated, feel free to take breaks, walk away, go ask for help. But this is certainly challenging work, and I commend you for doing your best and having a good attitude. All right, I will be seeing you during our live session today and then tomorrow to work on these same kinds of